Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day this video finds you. It's your boy Jay here, and today we're gonna be talking about the state of Wild Hearts. We're gonna be talking about Wild Hearts right now, man. And I don't know, I don't see a lot of news about this game anymore. I know there were a couple updates that I missed. I haven't played this game, I think, since title update 4 dropped in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Title Update 4 came out and it was like, yo, okay, I gotta go over there, I gotta play all that. And they've been dropping a little bit of updates here and there. They're not huge updates, but they've been supporting the game a little bit. But now some rumors are starting to come around that hey, they're gonna end support for the game. Game's dead. They're done working on it. Blah 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 blah. Did it fail? Did it succeed? Let's just talk about it a little bit right now. So Wild Hearts strikes me as, I guess, a perfect example of why first impressions are very, very important, right? Because when the game first came out, everybody was talking about, man, the performance is not great, right? It was buggy, it was glitchy, and everybody was talking about, man, this game it's okay, it's good, it's not a horrible game, but the performance is absolutely, not something to be, is not something that you want to endure, right? And a lot of people, justifiably so, are like, man, I'm not about to stick around and endure these bugs, these glitches, this choppy performance, blah blah blah, for a game that's okay, for a game where I could go play something else, right? That being Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which runs like a dream on almost all platforms, except maybe even the Switch. But even then, the Switch kind of it runs fine, right? I never stopped playing on the Switch, but on PC, on PS4, on Xbox, Sunbreak runs crazy good, right? But Wild Hearts is not as good as Monster Hunter, and it runs better. So it's damn, why even spend the $70 and get this game when the competitor is better, and this is new kid on the block, and it runs like ass, so it makes sense. But not a horrible game, but first impressions, man. It's hard to get over first impressions, and it kind of seems like the team behind Wild Hearts isn't going to put forth the effort, I suppose, at this point, for it to have a comeback story similar to Cyberpunk 2.0 or something like a No Man's Sky, right? You can get over first impressions. It's just very difficult and requires a lot of effort. And I'm not sure the boys over there at Koei Techmo are willing to put that amount of effort into updating this game to make it, hey, it's a comeback story. It runs great now. We got so much new content. Yeah, come back, come play the game. I'm just not sure that that's gonna happen. As much as I would like for that to happen, right? I think competition's good, right? As much as I love Monster Hunter, it's my favorite franchise of all time. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole channel basically dedicated to playing Monster Hunter, and but competition's good. Competition's good, especially for times like right now, right? Because we're in this Monster Hunter drought period in between games, right? Sunbreak is done updating. Iceborne is done updating for the most part. I know Iceborne recently had an update. They made it easier to play on the Steam Deck, blah 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 blah. But they're not adding big new content. We're not getting new monsters for Iceborne. We're not getting new monsters in Sunbreak. They said they're done updating those games. So Wild Hearts is here, and it could be, filling that niche, right? Let's say you've played Sunbreak as much as you're gonna play Sunbreak, and you've played Iceborne as much as you're gonna play Iceborne. You're done with those games. You could pick up Wild Hearts and play that in the meantime while you wait for Capcom to finish cooking Monster Hunter 6. Could be, and then we win. We, the consumer, win, right? And then let's say Wild Hearts really takes off and has some good features that could make themselves over into Monster Hunter, right? Because good competition inspires you to do better so that you can continue to have customers, so that you can continue to make sales. But like I said, it's not really looking like we're gonna get huge updates, right? I mean, there are rumors going around that yo, they're gonna stop supporting Wild Hearts here pretty soon, which is a shame. I think this is their prime opportunity to really update the game, turn it around, because Monster Hunter's done, right? In the beginning of this video, I said I stopped playing this game because Monster Hunter released the update, and I was like, ooh, I gotta go over there and play that because, yo, it was hype, you know what I'm saying? Like, Volcano was coming back, it was dope. Like, I had to go over there and do that, right? And I was like, I'll come back here and play this game, you know, after some of the content, you know, has been updated, because I know when I left, they were still supporting it, but I've been gone for a while, and there's not that much here for me to play. So it's like, like, you guys, you have an opportunity here when there is very little competition. Like, you guys could really be, you know, a good second place, but I don't know if they're gonna put forth the effort to you know, make that happen. And like, I don't know if we're gonna get a sequel. Are we gonna get a Wild Hearts 2? Are we gonna get a sequel? I don't know. I can't find any sales data on this game. I mean, the only thing I saw was that Koei Techmo, they had like a, you know, these companies that have like sales meetings and stuff, and they were like, yeah, Wild Hearts and Wolong had successful launches. And it's like, okay, but what does that mean? Like, can we get some numbers? But they didn't tell us any numbers, so we don't know if we're gonna get a sequel. Could just be a little one-off, like, you know, all the other MH clones, except for maybe like God Eater. God Eater actually has had sequels, so and that's good. You know, we need competition, because competition, you know, drives these companies to be better, drives these companies to, all right, we gotta really like do really good so that we can keep all of our consumers here, so that we can keep selling the games, right? But yeah, man, I don't know what's good with the game. I don't know why we're not updating. You know, we could have something to play in the meantime in between MH games, but I don't know. It's looking like they might be done with this one, and it's kind of a shame. The game has, you know, potential to really make some waves in the space with, you know, how it's kind of the same but different, right? Like Katakuri is something that's really different. Like, damn, we could build stuff in the middle of the hunt type thing. You know, it's cool. It's a cool game, and it's got some different vibes, but it also evokes some of the same feelings that Monster Hunter has. But yeah, it had some real potential to, you know, be another series that, you know, could periodically release games and compete with Monster Hunter. But I don't know if the rumors are true and they're done supporting this one and they won't talk about sales numbers. I mean, all they said was, yeah, game had a successful launch. I don't know if it's successful enough to have a sequel. If a sequel does come, I'm there. I'll buy it and play it again, right? Because this game does have its quirks, right? It's not perfect. Could be better, of course, right? It could be better. But yeah, getting over that first impression, everybody's like, yeah, game's buggy. You know, performance is not great, so why would I go over there and play a less good game of a game that already exists when Sunbreak was out here making waves, you know? But yeah, kind of sad to see, because, you know, it has some cool vibes, right? It wasn't the worst thing ever. And I want to see competition, and I want these games to be successful. You know, I actually bought it and played it and had a good time. I had some good times playing this game, and, you know, for a jumping off point, for, you know, the first time we're making an MH clone, quote unquote. Even though I know this team, I think it's Omega Force, right? Has created another MH clone in the past. I was really hoping that it would kind of catch on and, you know, be successful enough to spurn a sequel. And, you know, we have another series in our hands to play in the genre. That would have been great. But, you know, according to rumors, I don't know, man. It's not looking good. And it's a shame, because we could have had another game to play, another series to add. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell yeah, the Monster Hunter genre is taking off, and there isn't just one series. But, yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. What did you think of Wild Hearts? Did you play it? Are you willing to play it? Tell me why you did or didn't play it. Yeah, just, you know, let's start a conversation in the comment section. I will reply to each and every comment that hits this video as usual. And as always, people, happy hunting. Peace.